Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. More and more investors are finally seeing silver's true potential. They're seeing the real value of silver starting to become apparent. Now we people watching this video and I have seen this for a very long time, and it's going to take for the normal person, the average investor, especially if you aren't really educated or informed on precious metals, it's going to take some movement upwards to really trust silver or trust precious metals, especially if you've been in stock markets or anything like that. So as silver keeps rising, demand or investor demand is going to start increasing. More articles are going to be written about it. More, YouTube videos, friends, family are going to be talking about it. It's going to become, everyone's going to want a slice of the silver pie, to say it like that. So this article is going to be talking about why silver sees soaring investor demand, how important this is to silver's price, and where this could go. So before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 250 likes. That is the like goal for this video. Smash that like button if you love precious metals and if you are bullish on silver. I definitely am. Subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos. We just hit 28,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for the insane support. So let's jump into it. So, silver prices climbed to their highest level in 10 months Monday, lifted by factory reopenings and soaring investor demand for precious metals. Futures linked to the metal rose 2.3% to $19.50 a troy ounce in New York, putting them on the right track for their highest settlement since September 2019. Silver prices have soared 66% since their nadir mid-March, outstripping gold in the S&P 500 and ICE BOFA index of U.S. government bonds. Investors have snapped up precious metals in recent months, encouraged by the extraordinary steps in central banks and governments that have taken to support economic growth during this pandemic. They're talking about stimulus packages. They're talking about QE, which is quantitative easing, pumping all this money in, which is going to rise or be throw fuel to the fire for precious metals. The drop in the short-term interest rates and also the Federal Reserve's purchasing of a range of bonds have lowered yields in a swath of debt markets, reducing the opportunity cost of owning precious metals that pay no income. Silver prices have also benefited from the reopening of factories in the U.S., China, and elsewhere. Silver has widespread industrial applications in making solar panels, medical equipment, and consumer electronics, among other products. The silver is so tightly intertwined with the economy, from 5G technology, which is going to be taking over with electric vehicles, with green energy, where solar panels with photovoltaic cells are taking over, and everything's going to be green energy pretty soon. So silver is going to be needed more and more and more, not only just from investors wanting it, but from, big business needing it. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope they're still paying the price for silver. And that goes into the topic of who's going to pay $100 for an ounce of silver. The companies that need it. So you're flying on two engines. So which are commercial demand and investor demand, said Shane Heffern. That's driving silver prices higher. And that's so true. Silver isn't just rising from industrial demand, but it's also rising from its safe haven asset like gold. See, gold is strictly safe haven. So when the economy is doing bad, gold rises. Silver, on the other hand, also rises when the economy is doing good, because when the economy is doing good, people are buying up more silver to use it in these applications, in these industrial applications. So there's two sides of the coin, and silver is a win-win situation. So one common way for investors to buy precious metals is via exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. Assets under management in BlackRock's iShares Silver Trust, the biggest silver-backed ETF, has risen virtually $2.45 billion to $9.72 billion this year, according to FactSet. Gold has also seen a surge in appetite among investors in recent months. Prices have climbed 22% since March 16th to $1,812 a troy ounce. That has put the metal a hair's breadth away from its record high of $1,924 notched in September 2011. It's also when we saw $50 silver as well. So, and that's the thing. Gold is so close to its record high But silver isn't. Silver still hasn't exploded to that level yet. So, and silver is more volatile than gold. So I'm sure that when silver does, which silver is gold's little brother, so it takes a little longer for silver to start rising. And I think we might be seeing the start of that. And I think it's going to upscale gold. I think it's going to outpace gold. I think it's going to rise to a higher percent than gold. So as gold becomes steadily more expensive, some investors have opted to buy silver instead, and that's also true. Silver is cheaper, more affordable, more attractive. He expects silver prices to finish the year slightly higher than they are currently. At $20 an ounce, however, predicts swings in the coming months. And there's going to be some dips, there's going to be some sell-offs, there's going to be some drops, and that's normal. As long as you don't panic sell and freak out and sell all your silver, you're going to be okay. It's the more volatile brother of gold, which I just mentioned earlier. The market is much thinner, so once you get a move, it's typically big. There's more opportunity, right? Silver hits higher highs and lower lows, so there's more opportunity to make profits, but there also is more opportunity to lose profit, right? Giving prices an additional lift, the pandemic has disrupted mines in Latin America, the world's main silver-producing region. Mexico, Peru, Chile, right? Some of the top producers of silver have been shut down due to this virus, and it's definitely affecting supply. So we have a rising demand and a diminishing supply that's only going to shoot the price up, along with all these other things we're talking about. So it has also made it tough to transport the metal to regions where demand is high. An outbreak of this virus among employees last week prompted London-based Hochschild Mining plc, for instance, to halt operations as its Immaculata silver mine in southern Peru. There is no danger of the world running out of silver. Unlike palladium or platinum, which are produced in giant quantities by only a handful of countries, silver is mined across Latin America as well as China, Australia, and Russia. Elsewhere in commodities, oil prices fell ahead of a meeting of key members of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its Russian-led allies on Wednesday. An alliance of crude oil producers led by Saudi Arabia is pushing the cartel to boost production starting in August. Delegates said over the weekend, Brent crude futures, the benchmark in international energy markets, slipped 1.2% to $42.72 a barrel. So here's the technical indicators. Overall, the bias in prices is upwards. Note, this chart shows extraordinary price action to the upside. By the way, prices are vulnerable to a correction towards $17.48. The projected upper bound is $20.13. The projected lower bound is $18.43. So, candlesticks. A black body occurred because prices closed lower than they opened. During the past 10 bars, there have been 8 white candles and 1 black candle for the net of 7 white candles. During the past 50 bars, there have been 34 white candles and 14 black candles for a net of 20 white candles. Momentum indicators. Momentum is a general term used to describe the speed at which prices move over a given time period. Generally, changes in momentum tend to lead to changes in prices. This expert shows the current values of 4 popular momentum indicators. So this is going into the chart side of things. It's really just explaining, you know, more in depth from the chart analysis, the signs and the signals that we're still in the bull market, that silver is still a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Now, not only is supply and demand a factor, but something needs to happen. Something needs to happen to put the cherry on top, to put the icing on the cake, to really, really start that, to really make that bomb explode, right? If the fuse is lit and something needs to really happen to spark an explosion. And I think what needs to happen is coming very, very soon. Well, what is that, Silver Slayer? The 2020 presidential election. Remember 4 years ago, the last presidential election, how much chaos, how much controversy that caused? Especially with a virus, a pandemic on our hands, especially with the amount of the loss of jobs, with the protests, with the U.S.-China trade negotiations, with everything happening. This is going to cause mass amounts of panic, mass amounts of uncertainty, mass amounts of unease, and that is where precious metals flourish. So not only supply and demand, not only the gold to silver ratio indicating that silver still hasn't exploded, not only the Fed pumping this money trying to keep the economy afloat, not only all these factors, the demand rising with 5G technology and solar panels and all that, but also the 2020 presidential election. And if you don't think that silver is bullish, or if you cannot see why people think silver has so much potential, then you are completely blind. You want to look at the markets realistically. You want to look at them from an investor's standpoint. And once you do, I'm sure all of you do, then you get it. You see the bigger picture, and that's the whole point. Try to see the bigger picture before other people. You want to be ahead of the curve, because that's when you get the prices low. That's when you buy the investment for cheap and you sell it after it explodes. Most people are going to be buying silver after it already explodes, so they're not going to make so much money. We, on the other hand, have a beautiful opportunity to make a lot of money because we're buying it in this $16, $17, $18 range, while most people are going to be buying it for $30, $40, $50. We're going to be selling it while they're buying it. The producers turn into the consumers, and the consumers turn into the producers. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. The article, the article, livetradingnews.com will be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. Do your homework, do your research like I do. It definitely helps. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to smash the like button. We have a 250 like goal. Also, make sure you're subscribed. If you enjoy videos like this, I post them every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest, most recent, up-to-date information in the world of precious metals. It's definitely going to affect your strategy, and I know I want everyone to be successful stackers, so make sure you're subscribed. It definitely is going to help. Thanks for tuning in. So this was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.